What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, let's talk about some of the best ways to progress your character, especially if you are playing in the new servers. But before we start the video, do you have problems AFK grinding in ROX? Do you always worry that you may overcharge or the battery of your phone, tablet, or laptop may overheat? Do you worry about your electricity bill when grinding using your personal computer that is running for days non-stop? Or do you encounter intermittent connection from your internet service provider, which disconnects your character when AFK grinding? Well, if that is the case, then UgPhone can solve all of your problems. UgPhone is a cloud phone that runs independently in the cloud, and it does not consume the memory or battery of your physical device. Even if you close the UgPhone app, your game will still continue to run in the cloud, which makes this the perfect phone for AFK grinding for 24 hours, 7 days a week non-stop.
Nice.
You can also run multiple instances of UgPhone in one account, which allows you to play and grind multiple games simultaneously. As you can see, my Shura and Royal Guard are AFK grinding at the same time. UgPhone is available in Google Play for Android, App Store for iOS, Windows Store for PC, and you can also use a web browser to run UgPhone. So if you want to try out UgPhone, you can use my link shown in the description below. And you can also use my invitation code, which really helps me out. So thank you guys, and thank you UgPhone for the sponsor. Now let's get back to the video. I get this question a lot regarding the way I progress my character in-game. So now, I decided to make a video about this, on how I progress my character, especially if I am playing in a new server. I would like to start this with the new Divinity system. I'm pretty sure a lot of you are surprised about this answer.
Interesting.
The reason why I am starting my video with the new Divinity system is because a lot of players got fixated about this new system in the game. And sure, this new system really made our characters stronger in the game, especially boosting our stats significantly, which helped our progress. There is no denying that this new system is a game changer.
That's so true.
However, I think a lot of the players got so fixated about this and have forgotten the core progression methods in the game. The reason why I say this is because I get a lot of messages from players who are planning to play in the new servers, and their question is always about what they should prioritize in the Divinity system. And I usually tell them that they should first prioritize the core or basic progression method in the game, which are the upgrading, enchant, and refine awakenings. These three are the core, basic, or whatever you want to call it, progression methods that you should prioritize, especially if you are playing in the new servers. Remember, Divinity boxes are not easy to acquire in-game, especially if there are no events. The only way to get Divinity boxes are through number 1, the Oblivion Realm, which you can only do once a week. Number 2, MVP or mini hunts. Number 3, through the Exchange Center. And number 4, through top-ups in the game. It's not like we can get a ton of Divinity boxes every month, especially when we had the ROX Fair Play Championship event last June. So again, my advice to new players, especially those starting in the new servers, to prioritize the upgrading, enchant, and refine awakenings for your character.
Yes, sir.
If I were to do this in sequence, my first priority is to do the upgrade awakening first, because there are no regressions when upgrading your equipment. There are only two possible outcomes when upgrading your equipment: a success, which increases your upgrade level, and when it fails, your upgrade level will still stay the same.
Nice.
This is the easiest core progression in the game, and as a starting player, the stats that you get from upgrading can really help you early in the game.
Thank you.
The next progression method that I will do after the upgrade awakening is the enchant awakening method. Same with the upgrading method, there are no regressions when enchanting your equipment.
You sure about that?
The main difference between the two is that enchantments have more possible outcomes than upgrading. What do I mean by that? When doing enchantments, there are 4 possible outcomes: a success, which will increase your enchantment level, no change, meaning your equipment level stays the same, and downgrade, where your level goes down by 1.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
You might be wondering, I said earlier that there are no regressions in this method, and that is true, because if you encounter a downgrade when enchanting your equipment, you have the option to save that downgrade or not. Obviously, you shouldn't save a lower level enchantment to your equipment. And last but certainly not the least from the 3 progression methods is the Refine Awakening. I usually refine my equipment if I am already satisfied with my upgrade and enchant awakening levels in the game. The reason for this is because unlike the other 2 methods, the Refine Awakening has a high possibility of regression in the game. When refining your equipment, there are also 4 possible outcomes. A success, which increases your refinement level. No change, meaning your refinement failed, but your refine level stayed the same. Equipment break. When your equipment breaks, you need to either buy a new one or repair the broken equipment to continue the refining method. And the worst one, which downgrades the refining level.
God, please, no! No!
Now, unlike the enchantment method, where you have the option to save or not to save the enchantment results, in refining, once you click the refine button, whatever the outcome is, you can no longer take it back. There is no save button in the game, there is no undo. Once your weapon breaks or gets downgraded, that is already final.
Emotional, damn it!
Which is why a lot of players are stressed out when doing this progression method. Now, if you are subscribed to my channel and have been following my videos, you already know that there is a new stone in the game that will remove the possibility of downgrades in refining. However, if you are playing in a new server and is still in the early stages in the game, this is probably not the best option to use when doing the refining method, especially if you are an F2P, since most likely, in new servers, you will have low life skill levels to even craft these stones in the game, and most likely, these stones will be very expensive in the exchange center. That is why I usually do the refining last when I am progressing my character. So now, you might be wondering, when do I conduct or do these progression methods? Now, I am going to use myself as an example. This may vary depending on the player's preference. Me personally, I usually do progressions when there are events in the game, because for one, I can usually get more progression materials from the event, or sometimes, the event itself is requiring the players to progress. Let's take the upcoming Big Bang event as an example. A few days ago, ROX posted that there will be an upcoming Big Bang event next week. If you don't know what this Big Bang event is, this is basically an event to increase your life skill levels.
Nice.
From gardening, mining, fishing, and smelting. So if you ask me, this is one of the best times to use the enchantment progression method because you can easily increase your smelting level by smelting a lot of enchantment stones. So that's how I do things, especially when progressing my character. Always try to take advantage of the possible rewards of the events in the game. If there are no events, just like what we had this week, I usually just try to save up crystals and wait for the next best opportunity to spend these crystals for progression. And that's it for today's video. That is how I basically progress my characters in the game. So far, it's been doing well since I don't really have any problems progressing my characters. Of course, this is only an example. You can do whatever you want with your character. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, and if you want to see more ROX content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. GG!
You're a superhero.